Hello, my name is Jim Olson, and this is a video on our short-term mission trip that we're planning for this summer, July of 2024. We've been doing mission trips for 15 or 20 years, but they're usually a week long, so we're trying something new this year. This is a 2.5 day mission trip, and we have a number of reasons for trying this new idea. One of them is sometimes it's difficult for people to get off of work for a whole week, or they're unable to be gone for a full week. This way, people only need to take off of work or be gone from home for 2.5 days. We're going to be going to the Midwest Mission, which is south of Springfield, Illinois. I think the address is Pawnee, Illinois. It's very close to Springfield. And we usually do our mission trips with many other churches. And so that's the reason I'm making this video, is so that this can be shared with our other partner churches. I'm a member of Macomb Wesley United Methodist. We also work with Pekin First UMC. We're hoping to involve people from the Jacksonville churches and other United Methodist churches. The dates for the short-term mission trip are July 11th to the 13th of 2024. Let me give you a kind of brief introduction to the Midwest Mission. And you can look more on their website for more detail later. Their mission is bringing the hearts and hands of God's people together to transform resources into humanitarian relief. They work both on site, and that's what we're going to be doing on the mission trip this summer, but they also work off site. And an example of an off-site thing, which we've done at our church at Wesley, is rice meal packing, which we've done 4 times over the last couple of years. If you go on their website, the 4 big categories that they have for what they do is disaster relief, health, education, and microbusiness. And one of the things that they do a lot of are kits. And the kits might be kits for education, kits for health, kits for disaster relief, and so on. So what are some example kits? There's a student kit. There's a layette kit, which is for a new mother and baby. There's a feminine hygiene kit. And then there's the UMCOR cleaning kit, or the flood bucket. So the Midwest Mission works closely with UMCOR, the United Methodist Committee on Relief. And when there's a tornado or hurricane or something like that, UMCOR is one of the first ones on the scene, and they need flood buckets. So they are open Monday through Friday. Reservations are required in order to volunteer. Space is limited to 26 volunteers each shift per day. There's an AM shift and there's an afternoon shift. And I have signed up for all 26 slots for Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, and Friday afternoon. We're going to be working 3 shifts on our mission trip. More on that later. Also, they do have on-site lodging, and I'll be talking about that as well. The Midwest Mission has gotten so popular, they have made a second location in Iowa. It's big. There's 3 large warehouses that are all connected together. There's 3 workshops. There's a sewing room. The work is varied considerably. You're not always doing the same thing every day. Some of the work is unskilled, and actually most of the work is unskilled, and there's some work that is somewhat skilled. And they are a very well-oiled machine down there, very organized, and it's fun to work for them. The Midwest Distribution Center was started in about 1999, and it's grown considerably over the years. They have numerous partners including a loose affiliation with the United Methodist Church. They're not formally under the United Methodist Church, but they do work with the United Methodist Church as one of their main partners. So here is one of the workshops that they have. And last August, I did work in the workshop where they build student desks. It's really cool. What they use is they use old bleacher wood that is donated when a school gets rid of the old wood bleachers and gets new bleachers. And they cut the wood up into pieces, they sand it, and you assemble the desk, and then you disassemble the desk, and it all packages up here. And you can see in this picture that it's shrink wrapped. And it looks like right here on this pallet right here, there's 10 or 12 desks that are probably going to be going to some third world country where they need school desks. That's just one example of possible work. They have two other shops there for what they relate to micro business. There's a sewing machine shop. So what they do is repair sewing machines. And these are sent once again to developing countries. And if you're in a developing country and you have a sewing machine, you've got a little micro business for yourself. You can make things and then sell things. The second area that they have for micro business is bicycles. They have a bicycle repair shop where they take used bicycles and repair them and ship these all over the world. Because once again, if you're in a third world country, if you have a bicycle, then you've got a way to get to work, and you might even be able to use that bicycle as part of your job. Now, these shops, the sewing machine shop and the bicycle shop and so on, are not necessarily open every single day, but many times they are. So a few more pictures here. This is one picture from the warehouse, and you can see these buckets and kits that they have all shrink wrapped. So when there's a tornado in Tennessee, for example, they can just get the forklift and get these buckets to where they're needed. When you go there and it's your first time, usually in sometime during your first couple of days, they offer you a tour, and it's good to go on the tour. Here we are on the tour and finding out the scope of this large operation. And here's Marilyn. One of the things that she did was counting quilts. There are churches that make quilts at their home church, and then they send them in, and they have to be counted and sorted and make sure that they're meeting all the standards, and they have very high standards for quilts in this particular case. And these are shipped to various places in the country and around the world. The work there is work for all ages and abilities. You can be in a wheelchair and still work at the Midwest Mission. An example that was given by our secretary, they had somebody go down there and the person counted buttons, okay? They have different jobs for you to do, and you don't have to have a lot of skills or even be able to walk around. You can work in a wheelchair. So this gives you an idea of the scope, and this is a summary from just last year, 2023. They had 299 shipments or disbursements. These wouldn't necessarily be whole shipments, but disbursements here in the US, and 44 shipments around the world. Over $6 million of humanitarian aid were sent out. It helped 2.7 million people. The volunteer hours are here, and this is very impressive. The total number of hours is over 45,000. So we're going to be a small drop in the bucket, but teamwork makes the dream work, especially when the Holy Spirit is on your side. And here is an example of the domestic deliveries and shipments that they have made here in the United States. So they do ship domestically, but also they ship internationally. and they're sending a lot of things to Ukraine, rice packets and other aid for Ukraine. A couple more pictures here. Here's Jack Travelstead, and he was a longtime pastor in Illinois. In fact, he was one of the pastors at Wesley United Methodist Church. He was the founder, one of the founders of the Midwest Mission. And this picture on the right-hand side is the Travelstead Inn. This is the housing facility that they have. It's fairly new that we're going to be staying at. And here's the website, midwestmission.org, and they have a lot more information that I won't be sharing in this brief introduction. So this is our short-term mission trip, which is going to be in July 11th to the 13th. We do have a second mission trip, a long-term mission trip of 6 days in June, and that's a separate video, and I encourage you to look on the website, which I'll be showing in a few minutes, for the other video. We're going to be leaving town on Thursday morning and meeting in the Springfield area midday on the 11th. Each of the various churches will be leaving from their own hometown, obviously, and we will be returning home midday Saturday. We will be staying in the Travelstead Inn there on the Midwest Mission grounds. It's about 30 yards from the warehouses where we're going to be working. We are going to be cooking our own food in the Travelstead Inn because there is a kitchen there. We're going to be working 3 shifts at Midwest Mission, Thursday afternoon, Friday morning and afternoon. We're also going to be doing a half-day service project in Springfield on Saturday morning. And that is to be determined. So if you have ideas for service projects in Springfield, let me know. What we're trying to do in this short-term mission trip is build in most of the aspects that we have in a week-long mission trip. We cook our own meals and eat our meals together. We do a variety of jobs. We have worship each evening and fellowship time together, and what we often call the excursion, some kind of fun outing, and we're going to be doing that Friday evening. Once again, that is to be determined, but there should be something fun for us to do Friday evening in Springfield. Why do we go on mission trips? We go on a mission trip to serve God, serve others, enjoy Christian fellowship, and grow as Christians and grow our faith and have fun. I'd like you to consider joining us this summer as we work to be God's love in action. So please mark your calendar and please sign up. We have 26 slots for this short-term mission trip. So I'd like to show you 2 websites here. The Wesley website first. This is our website at Wesley Church, and the URL is down here. This website will have quite a bit of information, but not all the information you need. So here on the website, if you start typing MacombWesleyUMC.com, you'll get to our website, MacombWesleyUMC.com. And you can use the URL that you saw on the last slide, or you can come here to our missions area, or you can search for mission trips here in the search box. But we do have a mission trips page. And when I get this video done, I will be putting it here, a link to the video here. Here is our week-long mission trip in June, which will be a separate video. Here's the short-term mission trip, which this video is about. And we're also hoping to have a 3rd mission trip in October. There is a link here to Midwest Mission, so you can jump over here, and they have lots of information here about all the things that they do, and you can also sign up to work here. For this particular mission trip, you will not be signing up and volunteering through the Midwest Mission Site, you're going to be signing up with me because I already have the 26 slots reserved for the 3 work sessions. So my name is Jim Olson, and here's my email. You can call me or email me. And here is the website and email for our church and our church secretary at Wesley Church. So if you have any questions, please contact us. Also, I'll be putting soon on the website a form where you can sign up for either the short-term or long-term mission trip. But you don't have to use the form. You can also email us to sign up. We hope that you have a heart for serving, and we hope that you would like to join us on the mission trip. This has been a video on our short-term mission trip for this summer that we're hoping we can have lots of people from many churches be involved with. My name is Jim Olson. Have a great day.